welcome to yet another Oh the Anthem podcast. This is Cory.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is Rob.
And we are in lavish downtown Denton.
In the penthouse, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
I've made the trip down here. No camera to prove it, but
yeah, no.
it's all right.
Well, that's all right. And you know, it's really just me and you sitting on a YouTube channel. So
yeah,
it is what.
Though
it
if
is.
you watch this week, you'd see that there's lots of people like sitting around.
Yeah, we have an
watching
audience,
us.
which is a little weird.
Yeah,
yeah. But
an audience without microphones.
What I'm thinking is that in the future, you should just do Tyler Durden style and just insert single frames of pornography into the YouTube.
Oh,
just so when
see
people
if they catch it.
Yeah, people are watching along and they're like, "Oh, I don't know about the dick," and it's just like dick in the fucking in the camera. So
you know what I would enjoy too is if we both enjoyed the Nerdist.
Yes, we do.
So if I could get like a Katie moment at some point where just somebody randomly starts laughing because they can't handle it anymore.
In the background?
Yeah, like Cory has said something so funny that somebody just laughs. That would be great.
If I could have a Nerdist moment where I'm Chris Hardwick and I'm banging a model, I would really like that as well.
He's dating Lenny Dykstra's daughter.
Oh, that's even better. I mean, I don't want to go see the Phillies, but I bet she gets tickets. You know what I mean?
Get that club level life.
Yeah, I mean, it's like not. It's one, you're banging a model, but
right.
on top of that, you get all the tickets to Phillies that you want.
Sidebar: did I ever tell you that I went to a Phillies game for a bachelor party and got kicked out of the club level?
You did tell me that.
Yeah.
That wasn't recently though. That was a couple. That's not Rob's.
Yeah, that was like a year ago.
Rob, who's expecting a baby.
Yeah,
congratulations, Rob and Maggie.
I went over to watch the World Cup game with him.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
On Tuesday.
Oh, fuck the World Cup. So, yeah, did I ever tell you that the girl from the Blurred Lines video, Robin Thicke's video, I went on 2 dates with her.
I barely know who Robin Thicke is.
Okay, well, if you watch the Robin Thicke video, there's like a main girl, and her name is Emily Ratcha something Russian, and I went on 2 dates with her in college.
Ratcha something Russian?
Ratcha, I may have made jokes at the time.
Is that like a driver's license name?
Yeah, it's just if she came into Ellis Island today,
yeah.
Now, if she came into Ellis Island today, and Ellis Island was still like a thing,
yeah,
they'd be like, Emma, all right, you are Emily Smith now.
You are Rogers.
Yes, exactly right.
You are a Sergey Rogers now.
So, went on 2 dates with her. She was super hot, and I don't want to say anything negative about it. Let's just say it didn't work out.
Dumb?
And I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say she was dumb. She is an intelligent businesswoman, and she's doing her thing. And today, I am full of regret. Because she had a little bit of work done, and
on the podcast, on like the court of law,
yeah,
silence is not an acceptable.
Would you want to go through options?
Denial, no, that's all right.
Go through options. I'll deny some things.
I don't really care that much because
yeah, no. So
I kind of don't want an angry Russian girl.
Oh god,
because I know she's listening to the podcast.
Oh yeah, of course, yes.
She has nothing better to do
as she travels the world with Sports Illustrated and all of her business things that she does. I'm sure she listens. I'm sure she's sitting at home right now listening to this and saying, God, why didn't that work out?
I wonder what Rob is up to.
Right. As we sit
Let me listen to his podcast.
No, she's got 4 bedrooms in New York overlooking the park, and she's sitting at home like, I wonder what Denton's like. I bet that's a nice place.
So we're going to be talking about movies today.
Yes.
But before we get into it, I would just like to point out for the record that New York in every single movie and television show is like a lot more upscale than it is in real life.
Unless you're at that level. I mean,
well, no, but I mean, like, like fucking Sex in the City. Like Carrie Bradshaw has a rent-controlled apartment in Manhattan, and she writes a like 400-page article for the fucking newspaper that nobody's ever heard of.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way.
$1,500 for those words, and that pays a third of your rent for the month.
Right. There's no way you get an apartment in Manhattan for that.
No, absolutely not.
Ever.
And I mean, there is rent control, but it's not nearly in that nice of a neighborhood. Like rent control is you're in a shitty neighborhood somewhere.
You eventually have to buy your apartment.
Right. Yeah. There's a website that does that. That's like, how much would these apartments that you see on TV actually cost? And like the girl's apartment in Friends, all of that square footage. Monica is unemployed for a lot of it. She's working as a chef at some points, and Rachel is just like, I'm hot. I do what I want. It's like $6,000 a month, but somehow they're coming up with $6,000 a month.
There's no way it's only $6,000 a month. Maybe it was $6,000 in
'96 when it was on. Yeah, and that's what it is. It's like when you're watching it, what's the actual cost for it? Like
because New York hadn't totally come back by '96.
No, and they did live in like a little bit of it wasn't a brownstone, but it was that kind of neighborhood. The sweaty fat guy who lived across that somebody ended up moving into his apartment when he died, and they had the poke and stick episode.
I never watched a single episode of Friends.
Really?
So, no.
Well, like the whole story was that they lived in a rent-controlled apartment, and then they gentrified the building across the street, and that's why whoever it was that moved there because the sweaty fat guy was the last holdout, and when he died, they renovated the whole building, and that's why somebody got his apartment. But no, that was the explanation. It's rent-controlled. It's in a bad neighborhood. That's how two unemployed people can afford 9,000 square feet in Manhattan. Off Central Park, apparently.
Somewhere near Central Park.
Yeah.
Because they go to unless they just go to a coffee shop all the way across town.
We're going to take his 90-minute train ride from Queens to go in and get coffee at Central Park. Yeah. Or maybe they go to Ridgely, because there was a Central Park here in Ridgely.
Maybe they just name it Central Park.
Yeah, totally. I mean,
because it's a good gimmicking thing.
And P.S., by the way, everything you see that's in New York isn't New York. It's Toronto or Ottawa or Bulgaria or some crazy place otherwise. You know what I mean?
Like I like how you're lumping Toronto and Ottawa in with crazy places.
Well, it's all the third world to me. I mean, Canada, Bulgaria, Romania. All the third world, right? I mean,
they send Jennifer Aniston to Romania to shoot Friends.
Actually, they could do that now, and they wouldn't even know that the show was off the air. Like, let's do the reunion.
Jennifer Aniston, you're going to Bulgaria. All right.
Yeah, okay. Well, we're doing Friends. Yeah, sure. Let's do it. And everybody's excited.
I still get $8 million an episode, right?
Oh God, yeah, that's ridiculous.
TV money is sick.
No, and the thing is, though, it's not sick at the beginning. I mean, how many they talk about that all the time. Like, you do pilots. There's pilot season. People come to LA to pitch pilots, and then they get picked up. But you don't make any money until season 6, season 7.
You know what I don't like about pilot season? Just as a sidebar within a sidebar.
Well, you were out there during pilot season, weren't you?
I don't.
It's a summer. It's a summer because this summer they pick up shows for next. Yeah. No, it's next spring.
Right.
Yeah,
but they shoot them in the fall.
Right, for that, yeah.
Yeah, so, like, what I don't like is that, like, you could write a show and you could pick an actor.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Olivia Munn.
Yeah, like, say Olivia Munn. Say Olivia Munn is, like, a struggling
there's
young...
no camera this time to pick up my masturbation gesture.
I think the worked. But,
okay, good. All right, yeah.
Say Olivia Munn is a struggling young actress.
Yeah.
And, I go like, oh man, she'd be perfect. And then I put the pilot out there, and then Network watches it, and they're just like, I love your show. Really don't like this Olivia Munn girl.
Yeah.
We're going to have to recast her.
Well, I built the show around her.
Yeah, but I kind of like her. I think she's really great.
The whole point is I want her in the show.
She's going to be really promising one day, and then all of a sudden... Yeah. Like, you know, it's replaced by, like, Mina Suvari or something like that. And then,
well, I was going to say, and there's a lot of stories about that, though, about famous actors who are like, you wouldn't believe how many times I did pilots, and they were just like, you're just not right for this. Cranston. And then he ends up playing a character that he tried out, or he had pilots where he was the dad. Like, the dad of a family, time after time after time, and then Malcolm in the Middle gets picked up.
Yeah.
And he was in something before that, too. I don't remember. Like,
well,
now.
He's in Seinfeld.
He was in Seinfeld as a guest star. He actually did that. He did that character actor stuff for a while. When he was speaking to Nerdist, not to call back to the Nerdist, he talks about that. How about he's like, you know, I decided I didn't want to be a character actor, and then I turned into a character actor for 10 years, and finally got a pilot that was the same role I've been playing for 5-6 sessions in a row, and it turns into this big show, and then you get to be like, told ya.
Right.
You know? But speaking of Bryan Cranston, he is in... you know what, because I want to talk about some other stuff before we get that, but he's in Godzilla, which is a big summer movie. Yeah. Even though, for some reason, summer has started creeping now, and like...
It begins in April.
Yeah, March. Like, I think Amazing Spider-Man came out the last weekend of March, and that's a summer blockbuster somehow.
Right.
Anyway, but I want to talk about something. I don't really care how your week is, because I want to bitch about my week.
Okay.
Because... fuck the police. You know, now I am a 30-year-old white man, and I understand exactly what those 18-year-old...
And you feel like you should get the privilege of being such?
For fuck's sake. I'm an attorney on top of that. Shouldn't I get some fucking white privilege? I mean... Well, okay, so we just lost a bunch of listeners. Not that I'm saying white privilege is the thing that we should do.
We still need to get our white privilege, like, the charitable... Yeah.
The 30-word long title website, or the charity, yeah. But no, it's... Okay, I'm an attorney in a very small it's not a small town. It's just a small area. It's not even just a town.
Yeah.
People know who I am.
A small district.
Yeah. I drive a 7-year-old black car that has an Oriole sticker and a Shop Small sticker on the back. People know me. You know my car. I don't get I don't get parking tickets. I get I get one of the police officers calling me and saying, "Hey, we need you to move the car because something's going to happen." Okay, good. I'll move my car. It's fine.
Yeah.
And I got pulled over 4 times in 3 days now. And I didn't get pulled over today, so that's great. But I got pulled over 4 times in 3 days. 2 on Thursday, 2 on Friday for a headlight. And I got so many problems with the headlight law to begin with. But the fact that the first 2 pulled me over and they were like, "Oh, cool, we know you. It's cool, just get it fixed. It's fine." And I got pulled over twice in 5 miles. Twice in 5 miles.
Yeah, we were going to do our pre-show talk.
Yeah.
And I got delayed and I texted you and I was just like, "Hey, where are you?"
Yeah. Sitting on the side of the road. Why? Waiting for an escort. Why would I be waiting for an escort? Because the Maryland
State...
Because you
think you're president.
Well,
presidential material.
Well, shit. I mean, actually, I did feel like it a little bit. Because they had the cop follow me, and the whole point was that the cop following me, that the other police would see it, and they wouldn't pull me over.
Right.
But, so 2 Maryland State Troopers, in infinite wisdom, pulled me over within 5 miles from my headlight. And then the second trooper, who obviously heard it over the radio that I was getting pulled over. Come on, you heard it. Then he says, "Well, I don't want you to waste any more of our time, so I'm going to get you an escort back to town." You don't want to waste any. You don't want me to waste your time.
Yeah,
that's cool. Yeah, and
I feel like just holding the repair order up should be enough too.
When he walked up to the window, I held it up. I'm like, "Headlight, I know. I literally just got the repair order.
Yeah,
license and registration." Dude, you know who I mean, I've dealt with him before, not very well. It's not somebody I know, but it's somebody who knows me, knows of me. Like, you know who I am. License and registration. All right, I'm gonna get you an escort back to town. You know what?
Whatever you say, sir.
And I said, at some point, when the revolution comes, I'm going to take a lot of pleasure. When I'm leading the revolution, I'm going to take a lot of pleasure in taking some officers' badges, I think. So, anyway, so how was your week?
It was fine. The usual 4th of July stuff.
Yeah.
I actually had to work on 4th of July yesterday.
That sucks.
Which was the first time in ever that I've had to do that.
Yeah.
But
isn't there some privilege that comes with your job that you don't have to do that?
No, I mean, usually we're closed on 4th of July.
Right, yeah.
But this one in particular, because it was a Friday, like, we stayed open until 3, and
yeah,
I'm tired of people who show up, like, 5 minutes before you close.
I'm totally that guy. I am that guy. I apologize in advance to all those people. I did that, too. We were talking with a local bank worker, and I rolled up at, 5:59 on the 3rd. Like, they're all ready to go. Drawers counted out. And I'm like, "Hey, can I get my $70 so I can have money this weekend?"
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. But
yeah, we're closed now. Bye.
I thought that's what they were going to do. Like, she looked at me as if she was going to pretend I wasn't there and just pull the shade down. Because it's only the drive-thru that's open.
I'll tell you this. I love, like, whenever we're closing up the restaurant and somebody, like, rings the drive-thru, I love going over there and being like, "Hi, this is Andy Nelson's." And they go like, "Yeah, can I get a pork sandwich with barbecue sauce and onions?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, sorry, we're closed." And then, like, yeah, I do love, like introducing it.
Yeah.
And then letting them like, "Oh, thank God they're open." And then I'd be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, closed."
Isn't that like Schadenfreude? Isn't that what it is? Schadenfreude? It's a German word that means you take pleasure from other people's misery, from causing misery to people.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I feel like that's just humankind nowadays.
Well, yeah, no, I did. I mean, I know I personally take a lot of pleasure from it, so.
Right.
What can I say? Speaking of human tragedy that causes pleasure, I can't wait to see... I was just going to jump right to it. The newest Michael Bay movie, which I know causes you so much pain.
So this week is our summer movie spectacular because... it's that season.
Yes, it is.
It's summer movie season.
Which is weak, by the way. I don't know if it's just this year, but weak.
We can get more into that in a bit.
Yeah.
But I would like to touch on your Michael Bayism.
Yeah, so I was speaking with you before about, hey, I'm excited to go see Transformers, and I was going to go see it last night, but I didn't actually go see it because I was working in some way for something, and you will refuse to give Michael Bay money.
Yeah, I'm done now.
Up until the point of you said you wouldn't put it in the Netflix queue because that gives him credit on Netflix.
Yeah, because if you didn't know, if you put something in Netflix queue, a movie like gets a little bit of money, gets a little kickback. But if you just watch it, then it doesn't.
Right, because they have no way of keeping track necessarily. Especially people who stop and start movies. You have to put it in a queue. That's what you do. Which is why speaking of somebody else who you have some odd hatred for, Zach Braff. I put his movies in, and then I take them out. I watch them, and I put them back in. Like Garden State? Yeah, Garden State. Totally did that for Garden State.
Well, the reason why I'm not supportive of Zach Braff's new movie is because I don't want it to be one of those Kickstarter movies from a celebrity who succeeds.
You have such an unnatural hatred for Kickstarter.
It's not a hatred
You object
for
to us doing things on Kickstarter.
It's a hatred of people like Zach Braff doing it on Kickstarter.
Come on.
No, but seriously.
He wants to make the movie he wants to make. It's you. Let's say that Universal gave you a 5-picture deal.
Yeah.
And so you make your first one and you knock it out of the park.
Right.
And then they say, we want you to do that 4 more times. But you want to make the love letter. Oh, wait,
the feature version of the love letter?
About That Time I Fell in Love.
Yeah.
Or what's the other one?
Living Situation?
The Living Situation, which is actually, I think, the full-length one, right?
By the way, sidebar real quick, just because you brought up the love letter. Finally got to see it with, like...
A crowd?
Yeah, well, not just a crowd, but, like, people that I didn't know.
Right.
And didn't know me.
And women on top of that.
So I got a chance to, like, see, like, an unadulterated reaction. Yeah. And I was very happy about that. Like,
me too.
I finally, like, felt like, you know, like, oh, nice.
And the twist. The twist got him. Although it was slightly predictable, the one girl called it early, and I was like...
Yeah, but that's... What's great about that is she called it, and then there was a joke that sort of like threw it down, which is exactly what I wanted to have.
Right, you set it up perfectly, actually.
Oh,
it really. If you're not going to find 11 better minutes of film, I think anywhere. I mean, we started watching Citizen Kane, and I was like, you know what, let's go watch Love Letter.
We were watching Citizen Kane in my car.
Your 5.5-inch screen in the car.
Yeah, my phone is bigger.
My phone's bigger. I don't know if your phone's bigger.
That's close.
Yeah, listen. So if we want to start comparing, we could break out the ruler. Wait, are we still talking about phones?
Just whip it out and drop it on the table.
Exactly right. Let's just put it on the table.
See which one people go for.
Exactly right. And then things just got awkward, especially for the people who aren't on the podcast.
Just one of those moments where you're just like, hold on a second, let me whip out my phone.
That's right. It was on the table.
Slamming it down.
I put it out there. Anyway, so Michael Bay, you hate Zach Braff. You're not seeing Transformers. You're also not seeing...
I don't hate Zach Braff.
You hate that he begged money and made a movie that he wanted to make rather than whatever piece of shit that the studio wanted him to make.
No, because there's somebody out there who would give him that money.
No, that was the whole point. He tried and they didn't give him the money. So he got it himself.
I doubt that happened.
He's in an exclusive deal with whoever it is. And so he went to multiple different places or multiple different people in there to try and sell him on this movie. Nobody bought. And he even said, it's an exception to my deal. Like, I just want to make this. This doesn't count. I'll still make all the movies I promised to make you. But I want to make this. And they said no. So he went out and funded himself. And he could have put his own $3 million up for it. I don't know that he has $3 million. I would assume that he does.
Imagine he could get credited for $3 million.
Well, and I mean, I'm sure he could have gone out and got a loan. But in the end, though, I appreciate this because it sends the message that we can do it. You and I could make $3 million and put out a movie.
Yeah, we could. Yeah. I mean, I just would hope that, like, I feel like it is a slippery slope that an example should be set for. Okay. Because what stops... Hollywood is already kind of like, and I speak Hollywood sort of like generically here, obviously, so forgive me here, but like the Veronica Mars movie.
Now, again...
Like, somebody owned the right to it.
Right.
They didn't want to make it.
Yeah.
And then what they said was, all right, I'll tell you what, if you can go and raise the budget for the movie, then we'll allow you to make it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a huge budget. I mean, Hollywood terms. It was like... Well, yeah. And $5 million or something like that.
The thing I love
But then they had to go out to the fans and say, okay, contribute to this Veronica Mars movie that you want so much.
Right.
And then you don't get anything from it.
Except the movie.
Except for the movie.
Right.
So you're going to be paying us up front a lot more than you would be paying if you went to the box office.
But it won't be there.
And we're going to be making all the money.
But it won't be there. And see, here's the thing. It lost money. And there were people in the business were talking about how horrible the example it set. And is that going to kill the Kickstarter movie? And I was thinking, like, you know what? No. Because 40,000 people donated on Kickstarter. And those 40,000...
But it's a no loss.
Well, yeah, because it
doesn't matter if it makes money or doesn't make money because the studio made all the money.
And here's the thing, though. The 40,000 people that donated on Kickstarter, they wanted to see a Veronica Mars movie. And if they were the only 40,000 people that went to see it, win. That's a win in the movie business for me. Not the way the business is set up now, but the way I want it to be. I want to see this thing. If you can come to me and my 39,000 friends and we want to get it made, we'll give you the money. You make the damn thing, and then I'm going to go buy my $12.50 ticket to go see it. But,
right.
But I get to see the movie that I want to see. And something very similar, Edge of Tomorrow, which just recently came out, Tom Cruise's movie, and people were saying...
More importantly, Emily Blunt's movie.
Emily Blunt's movie. I know you do. You didn't go see it, though.
No, but I love Emily Blunt.
But you didn't go see it.
That remains the same. But I haven't had time.
You're going to talk to me about time? Really?
No, because, I mean...
You have a little bit of a suntan there, sir. What do you
I've been in a pool all week.
Oh, okay, yeah. So, no time for the movies, though.
No, but... So, like, I have... This is what sucks about summer movie season.
Right.
Is that there's a movie you want to see. I mean, this is kind of a weak class.
Yeah.
But there's a movie you really want to see.
Right.
And then there's movies that you kind of... Like, so, I wanted to see 22 Jump Street.
Yep.
So, I saw that.
Yes.
I wanted to see Neighbors.
Did you see that?
So I saw it, yeah.
Okay, I didn't see that, yeah.
But, those movies took precedent over Edge of Tomorrow.
Okay.
If I saw two movies the same week that Neighbors came out,
right,
then I would have seen Neighbors and Edge of Tomorrow.
But you only saw the one.
But I only saw the one.
And it's $15 per visit, plus you got the girls.
Way
so
more.
$30 plus.
It's at least $20 a person.
For tickets?
Yeah, well, once you consider that you're buying a soda for $5 and popcorn for $7.
I was saying $15 to get in, times 2, plus popcorn and candy and the thing.
Movies are like a $40 to $50 expenditure.
Yeah.
If you're doing a date night and you're paying for the lady.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and here's the thing. A couple episodes ago when I was talking about how dating is prostitution,
yeah,
that's what I'm talking about. Because I pay $150. I could go get a hooker for $150. Give me something.
You could, but you could also get chlamydia for $150.
To be fair, the girls I date, I could probably get chlamydia from them too. So,
well, yeah, it's just in the air supply around here.
No, so the point is this: that when I saw the initial trailer, I thought it was a StarCraft movie because the exosuits are kind of the same, and I was like, oh, did they finally make? I hate Tom Cruise, but did they finally make a StarCraft movie? I'm so stoked. And then what I found out is obviously it's not a StarCraft movie, but there is a movement of people on Kickstarter to try and make a StarCraft movie. I donate my $5. And you know what? If they actually make it, and only the people who donated will see it, we will have a StarCraft movie out there, and I'll be so stoked to watch it. I don't care.
What I would prefer is that people just... The movie that we made, The Love Letter...
Yes.
Was for less than $1,000.
Yes.
For 13 minutes of footage.
Yeah.
I guess if you want to count insurance, which is going to be covering...
For your year, though.
Yeah. For an entire year worth of things. Like, it's... $1,500 or something like that. All in.
Hopefully we're going to shoot something else before the end of the year and it spreads that cost out.
But, I mean, like, roughly speaking...
$1,500.
$1,500 for 13 minutes.
Yeah.
So, multiply that by 15, just to make it a more compelling number.
You're good at math. I'm not. What's that? It's 30,000? No, it's not even close.
13.
I just multiplied 15
13 by 15?
Yeah, I did 15 times 2 times 10.
It would be 13 plus 6.5. So what's that?
18.5.
19.5.
Yeah, 19.5.
Yeah. So roughly 20.
About 20,000.
Yeah.
Okay, so we could.
But that's assuming that
cost remain the same.
Everything is done on the feature length at like we're going to pay you when we make money level, which isn't really like the same.
Yeah, what kind of suckers are going to take that deal?
With a short film, it's the deal you can make.
True, fair enough.
With a feature length, it's not a deal you can make.
Right. But no, I mean, here's the thing. I understand why they charge that much. The theaters charge more, and the movie companies charge more, distribution companies charge more, which means the theater has to charge more to make their money. They got a lot of overhead. But
you see, most of the money that the theater makes is in the concessions.
Right, yeah. That's why it's $5, because they can't make any money on the actual movie anymore.
Right.
Because it's $600,000 to get a printing of a movie to put in your theater.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the fuck? $600,000?
And not only that, but with the rate of technology advancing,
it's on a disc.
You have to buy. It's on a hard drive, but you have to buy a new projector every 2 years.
Right.
And each one of those projectors costs $700,000.
Yeah.
And you have 24 screens, so you have to buy 24 projectors at $700,000. Man.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Well, and so
hey, we have ultra high definition now, so you got to buy the new one.
The ultra high.
Yeah, we're not going to
10 PI. That's what
we are not going to send you the new Transformers movie until you get that new ultra high definition projector. Sorry, we're going to have to cut you out. Every other theater in town is going to have it except for you.
Right.
So.
Yeah. And good luck getting some people in seats.
Yeah. Good luck having anybody come out because everyone wants to see Transformers.
And meanwhile,
except for Cory.
I would much rather sit at home and do like a VOD thing. And if they did VOD that dropped the same day as the theater,
they do.
Not for every movie, though.
Not every movie, but there's a movie that I want to see really badly right now that's on VOD at the moment, and it's in theaters. And
it's a Universal picture, right?
Yeah.
And why is it on VOD right now?
Because it's a documentary about a film critic.
Well, that. And it's also because it's a Universal picture, and Universal is owned by who? Comcast.
Yeah.
So Comcast has it on VOD.
We're not talking about the same movie.
Maybe not.
I'm talking about Life Itself.
I don't even.
The Roger Ebert documentary.
Oh, yeah. I'm cool with that.
I really want to see that.
Yeah.
And it's on VOD right now.
Yeah. My issue is more that that they would limit it because Universal movies might be up there, but they're not going to put up Paramount Pictures. They're not going to put up, the local Zach Braff movie.
Yeah, but they'll put up whatever makes them money.
Yeah, but
you get a kickback.
I would much rather just sit at home and watch than go to the theater. So, I mean, that's everything that's wrong with the movie business now.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's half what's wrong. The other half is that they're not making movies that people want to see. Well, yeah, that you want to see.
Well, that's the thing because they have to sell everything internationally,
right?
So you want to make a movie that plays just as well as in the United States as in China.
Right.
There was an article I sent you this week about how they're not making comedies anymore.
Right.
Because comedies are only domestic moneymakers.
And they won't take a risk on a $5 million comedy. They'd rather spend $500 million on Transformers.
You have to make a what's his face? Family Guy, Ted, Seth MacFarlane.
A Million Ways to Die in the West, which is what I'm looking at right here, yeah.
Seth MacFarlane made Ted for no money.
Right.
And it made a shit ton of money.
Now he's proven he can do it.
Which is why he gets to make A Million Ways to Die in the West, but that doesn't make money, and...
Now he's out again.
Now he has to prove again that he can make money.
No, he's probably not out. Because what they're going to say is...
he's not totally out, but I mean, it's going to be more... he doesn't have carte blanche.
No, yeah, they're going to say, do the funny voices. That's what people like.
Yeah.
And it's going to be Ted 2, or it's going to be Stewie Goes to Hollywood, or something like some nonsense that's it's the same voices from Family Guy or from whatever else in something else. Because, I mean, let's be honest. Ted was Peter. That's the voice of Ted is the voice of Peter.
Yeah.
So, I mean, when it comes down to it, they're going to say, we've now figured out it's not that you're that funny. It's that people like the voices. So now you have to make a movie with the voices.
People like the characters.
They like the characters. And now that's what you're going to have to do. So in the meantime, now we've missed out. I didn't see A Million Ways to Die, but I heard a lot of good things about it.
I didn't see it either, but I wanted to see it.
First of all, the money thing is one thing, and the other thing is the time.
But it's another one. If I could see more than one movie in a week,
right,
then I would have seen it. But when you have a busy schedule and you don't have time to go to multiple movies in a week.
Well, and I got to say, a mutual friend of ours, one of the best things that he ever got, one of the best tips that he ever got was someone who, the person who owns the local theater, who is an investor in the local theater, gave him a 2-person, 1 per day movie pass. He can go see 1 movie per day and bring a guest.
There's an actual service called Movie Pass.
Yeah.
It costs $35 a month.
Oh, shit.
I want to say
absolutely worth it.
Or $30 a month,
and get to see all the movies you want.
You can see a movie a day.
Yeah, I would absolutely do that. Like, I have the time.
It's select theaters,
and it's not going to be around here. That's going to be the problem.
Right, but there's like 5 theaters around me,
right,
that do it. So I mean, like, if you were the type of person, like, basically, if I was single again and I was going to see 4 movies a week like I used to, then yes, that would be very. That would save me a lot of money.
Yeah, but now the time is the biggest thing now. I don't have 3 hours to dedicate. Transformers, I want to go see it. The biggest block in the last 3 days was I don't have 3 hours to dedicate to go and sit in a movie theater.
Yeah.
And even if I did, speaking of a future episode about being addicted to your technology, I would be on the phone the whole time. I'd be checking email, and I'd be, that thing, and here's an idea for the book, and let me just type all that down, which is why I sit in the back row and I annoy people like you who hate when people have their phones out or when they talk.
Well, that might be the other part too. Besides the money and people them not making movies that everybody like, not specialized audience movies and stuff like that. But I cut out movie theaters because I know they don't have a policy against talkers.
Well, you have the one theater that you go to.
I used to, but it closed.
Right. That's right. It closed now. Yeah.
There was a theater in Reisterstown called Valley Theater 9, and somebody got shot there after a movie once, and then people stopped going to it. Mm-hmm. But I kept going because nobody was there.
They got their one shooting.
I'd get to go to all the movies I wanted to, and I never had to worry about people talking or complain. Mm-hmm. Like cell phones or babies or anything.
Right, just worried about getting shot. But they got their one shooting out, so maybe it probably wouldn't happen.
How often are they going to have a shooting at that theater?
The frustrating thing, I think, looking forward about what we're doing, is that distribution is going to be a bitch. Because we could make a fantastic movie, and in the end, we really shouldn't make a fantastic movie. You should write a fantastic movie, and then I'm going to sell that movie to someone else. But it's so much harder to do that.
But there's a growing ability to fill independent theaters.
Yeah, that's true too.
Which is something like, if you can make a movie that doesn't cost, like, say $5 million is your max,
right?
Then you can take that on the road.
But if you're going to spend
make that money back,
if you're going to spend $5 million on a movie, you're going to spend $10 million on the movie because the marketing is going to be double whatever your budget was.
Hypothetically, yes.
Am I boring you?
I'm sorry. I just yawn sometimes.
What is it's 2:35 local here in the morning, so shit, that clock's off. Oh yeah, that's 3:35 in the morning.
Yeah, so, we just gained an hour. What the fuck?
We've been doing these late podcasts recently.
Yeah, the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, but so
at least we didn't have a big porn thing beforehand this week.
Yeah, that was slightly.
You're the worst cab driver ever. I love that.
Oh god, and you know what? I haven't seen anything since then. But all right, so the movie industry sucks, and it's odd that we would say that wanting to get into the movie industry. But
but I feel like we're on the precipice of a big turnaround.
I have the Kurt Cobain mindset, which is you can throw yourself up against the wall forever and you're not going to make any progress. What you got to do is get inside, and then you just rot the machine from the inside.
But
rot in a positive
way. The other
way.
thing, though, is that there's people who have the ability to, like, once you get the ability to make things, then you're good. Like, now that people know who Quentin Tarantino is, he can do whatever he wants.
Oh yeah, and
now that people know who Woody Allen is, people he can do what he wants. And
both are good examples of what Seth MacFarlane could have been if he had sold A Million Ways to Die in the West.
Right.
Because if he had cleared that, he would have Quentin Tarantino clout, where he's like, well, we made a bad one, but it's Seth MacFarlane. He's going to bounce back in the next one. Or Woody Allen. He made.
But Woody Allen doesn't make his money back on his movies.
No, almost none of them he makes money back. But it's a cult. It's a cult thing, and that certain people are going to go see it. And something that I guess is not as big deal now, but was earlier, is that you make it back in other ways. Office Space tanked in the movie theater, but it's created a cult following. there's memes. There's still memes today that feature Office Space. And people bought it on DVD and they bought the merch. And comic book stores still have merch from Office Space. So they made the money back tenfold. But you don't have that anymore. Because instead of buying the $29 DVD, which was $94, you bought the you buy the $4.99 digital version on iTunes or whatever. So it's harder to get those cult classics back. But I think one day there's going to be a bunch of people sitting in a basement watching DVDs. Like, look at this classic movie I have on DVD.
I still buy DVDs. Like
I have all of the DVDs I have. I don't have anything since 2003 because I just stopped buying DVDs.
But it's better picture. It's better sound.
Yeah.
Special features.
And that's what I miss about the digital.
Not only that, but I love, like, I want to watch a movie before bed.
Right.
So I go over to my rack of movies and I look at them and I make a decision. I make it for, like, I want to watch, I kind of want to laugh, but I don't want to laugh so hard that I'm, like, up all night.
Right.
So I need to find a movie that's funny but not too funny.
Right.
Ooh, hey, he's just not that into you. Bye.
Yeah. And then a dopehead steals half your movies and pawns them.
Okay, so I feel like we're making a concerted effort to do shorter shows.
Yes, we are, and we didn't talk about that, but we should address that. Yeah,
yeah. People have your opinion has been loud and clear.
Yeah, we've heard you,
and we were trying to make an effort to do that.
We're doing it right now.
Oh, I know, but I was saying, like, prior to this, we've tried to. We've said we're going to do shorter shows, and then all of a sudden we go an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Well, the problem was that we went from 2 hours, and we cut it down to like an hour 15 for 2 episodes, which was great. And then we had the special episode with the movie after party, and that went long, understandably long, I think.
Yeah.
And we just got back in that, like, let's just keep it under 2 hours.
Right.
158? Yes. All right. Yeah, it's under a feature film.
I kind of wanted to do like a rapid fire here.
Okay, let's go.
So you have a big list of summer movies in front of you.
I do.
And I figured that you would just list movies.
Okay.
And you would give me, maybe we'll do like a yay and nay.
Okay. Well, and I want to say the one off this list that I know that we have both seen, surprisingly the only one that we've seen, both seen, is 22 Jump Street, which was
hilarious.
Yeah, it was absolutely a yay. Definitely go see it. All right, so I'm going to skip through here. I'm not going to hit all of them, but let me know what you think. All right, so Earth to Echo. Don't even know what that is.
Yeah, I mean, like, it might be a perfectly fine movie, but it's nothing that I like. It's not a number one on a week.
Right, and the thing is that I still have that mentality of like, oh, if I had kids, I would take that. But I don't have kids, but I bet it's a very cute movie.
I bet How to Train Your Dragon 2 is very good, but I have no interest in seeing it.
And I will see it eventually. I mean, I have Frozen and Tangled. It might end up on my shelf at some point.
Yeah.
But, all right, Tammy. Melissa McCarthy's.
I love Melissa McCarthy.
I know. Yeah.
This one doesn't look very good.
She's going back to the well. You went back too many times. The white trash waitress style, character.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'll see it at some point.
Yeah.
Just not while it's in theaters.
Right, yeah. Transformers, I already know that's a no for you, but I'm definitely going to go see it just for Mark Wahlberg and his abs. Oh, God.
I do like T.J. Miller.
Is he in that?
Yeah. Apparently he has some line that everyone's making fun of on the internet.
We talked about How to Train Your Dragon. Let's see. Edge of Tomorrow, which I'm hoping is still in the theater somewhere. I want to go see. You could
next time you come up to my neck of the woods, you can probably catch it at Beltway 6.
That's the second run theater, right?
Yeah.
I love that. I miss the second run theaters. There's not enough of those.
There's only one in the area, that I know, and that's Beltway 6.
Well, doesn't Benji sometimes play like a second run movie as the second movie?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
But like they're trying to like do like the
2 features.
Yeah. I mean, like the one they had last weekend was Maleficent and Transformers.
Okay, so
you got one that's like super current and one that's like running its way out.
I'm going to hit you with a couple. Right, just give me a yay or nay, no commentary. The Fault in Our Stars.
No.
See, and I probably end up seeing that on a date at some point, which you don't have to really worry about anymore because you guys, as you said earlier, you sometimes should just shut that shit down. Like, no, we're not going to go see that.
Well, I mean, she can see whatever movie she wants.
Right. Just not with you.
Right.
A Million Ways to Die is out. It's out of the theaters already, and I'm going to wait and see it on DVD.
Yeah, I mean, that seems like that.
Maleficent, did you see that?
No, but I imagine that I'm going to have to at some point.
Heard good things. X-Men: Days of Future Past.
I haven't been keeping up with all of them, so I'd say nay, but at some point, perhaps.
Maybe, yeah. I'm really not so excited about John Hamm's feature, $1 Million Arm. I was hoping for something good.
Hasn't that been out for a while?
It's been out since May, yeah, but it's considered a summer movie, so it was in and out of the theaters in like 3 weeks.
Yeah, nay.
Godzilla.
I would say yay. I didn't see it while it was out, but I wanted to.
Just didn't get
to it.
Just
didn't have it.
My number one
I love Elizabeth Olsen.
My number one pick for the entire summer, something I am so excited, and I will be there Thursday night at midnight to see, The Purge 2. Oh, so excited. So excited for The Purge.
Oh, my God. Of all the movies in this world that I hate, The Purge is right up there.
I love the first one. I love the second one. I think I just have such a big list of people I want to murder that's why I like it. I like the idea.
Here's the problem with The Purge. This is my 5-second review of the first. The commercials, the trailers were great.
Yeah.
And the premise was wonderful. So it got me. I was like, okay, I want to see this.
Right.
I go in, it's set up, and it's kind of like it feels like it's aware of itself. Yeah. And I'm like, okay. Right. It's a movie that's aware of itself.
That's what I liked about it.
Not a deal breaker. And then all of a sudden we go up to the daughter's room and she's wearing a Catholic schoolgirl outfit.
Oh, yes, she
And then we go downstairs for dinner and we see the nerdy son who has the toy robot.
Yep.
And so on and so forth. And guess what? I don't give a shit. I'm going to ruin the end of the movie for you. They just run out the clock.
Yeah. That was I loved about it, though.
No, it's...
The wife slamming the bitch's head on the table and saying, we're going to sit here until morning.
How Rob complained about soccer last week... That was the version of taking the ball into the corner and trying to avoid anybody kicking it.
Fair enough. Yeah.
It was the dumbest, stupidest fucking ending ever in the history of movies.
I think the second one's going to be better because it's a different storyline, same concept, different story, and I'm going to encourage you to go see it.
Maybe if in this one that people actually start getting killed,
and there's a lot of killing in this one.
Then and it's actually like kind of a horror flick.
Yeah. All right, rapid fire, lightning round. Ready?
Yes.
Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
I will see that.
Did you see the first one?
No.
Okay, well, yay for me because I saw the first one. Hercules with The Rock.
No.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Maybe.
So fucking excited for that. Expand the Marvel Universe. Give that to me. Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Absolutely not.
And you fucking suck. I can't wait for it.
I'm not going to... I want that movie to bomb so badly. I want 15 people to see it.
And, I'll be one of the 15. Expendables 3.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. And because we talked about you know exactly what you're getting. That's what I want. I want shit blowing up. I want cheesy lines. Hit me with all of it.
Like, here's the thing. Like, think about like Rotten Tomatoes or something like that, or IMDb.
Yeah.
Like you'll look at a comedy on IMDb, and it'll be rated like a 4.3. Like Dumb and Dumber, I think is like rated like a 5.
Loved it though.
But like, if you knew, like, you just say to yourself, like, I want to see a stupid comedy. It's amongst the best.
Yep. And Dumb and Dumber 2 next year.
Yeah.
So excited.
Amongst the best.
Yeah.
But, you know, people who, like, are judging against Citizen Kane, and then all of a sudden you're just like, it's not the same. No, you can't compare the two. You have to take it for what it's worth. Expendables 3 is all your favorite action stars and shit blowing up. Exactly what I want.
And cheesy lines. I love when they bring the lines in from their previous movie in an out of context way.
Right.
Yeah. Sin City or I always get it wrong, JGL, which I'm so excited
Joseph
about.
Gordon-Levitt.
Oh, God.
I might see it. I need to see the first Sin City, but I was more excited about the trailer or the poster with Ava Green's boob. Yeah. Because that was phenomenal.
Here's what I'm going to tell you. I'll see it first, and then I'm just going to lie to you and tell you that, she's in that outfit for like 90 minutes. So make you go see it. Jupiter Ascending.
Well, that's not till next February.
Oh, that's right, because they moved it. It's not in the summer lineup anymore.
Yep.
Not a good sign for the movie?
No, but I'll still see it probably.
All right, and one thing that you brought up... Oh, shit, no, it just went off. If I Stay, that's a movie I think that you would want to see, but I feel like you're going to end
Which one is If I Stay?
Mia Hall. She gets into a coma. She has an out-of-body experience. No?
I don't even know.
Okay, well, one thing you said you wanted to see, and I actually agreed. I think you thought I would disagree, but What If with Daniel Radcliffe?
Yeah, well, Zoe Kazan.
Well,
and then Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah,
that's how I'm rating those two.
Right, but so you are going to actually see that?
Oh, absolutely.
And I I'm hoping for the best with that, but who knows? We'll see what happens.
And what's the movie with the
Boyhood? That was going to be the wrap up. I cannot wait to see.
Really want to see that one. And obviously, I mentioned it already, but Life Itself. I'm seeing that.
But no, for anybody out there, they took 7 years to film a movie.
12 years.
12 years to film a movie. Come on. I cannot wait.
It's Linklater, too. Like, yeah. If there's somebody you trust with that kind of thing, it's Richard Linklater.
And I was going to say, isn't Ethan Hawke the dad?
Yeah.
Wait, I got it right here. Patricia Arquette, Ethan Hawke. Nothing wrong with that at all. I can see no negatives.
Nope.
It's going to be so
nothing
good.
wrong.
All right, so that's your summer movie wrap-up that you've heard it here first of the Anthem podcast. That's what you should go see. So,
but I want to hear other people's opinions. Like, what do you want to see?
Absolutely.
Or, like, do you think one of us is stupid for not wanting to see or wanting to see something?
It's mainly going to be Cory is stupid for not wanting to do those things because he has horrible taste in movies, even though he's a movie maker.
No,
weird thing about that.
I disagree.
Well, anyway, so keep in mind our theme song contest is still underway. You have 3 more weeks, 3 or 4.
You have till like the 27th or something like
to
that.
Get in your songs. Once again, it doesn't have to be about the podcast. Just anything original that we can use with your permission.
Like if you have an EP out there,
right,
and you have a song you really like on it,
yeah,
you can just submit it to the theme song contest.
Anything that you would like to hear every week right here on the Anthem. We have a lot of exciting news coming up. I think by the end of the summer, you're going to be hearing a lot more from us, but you're going to hear a lot more from the Anthem. I'm excited in the next couple of weeks.
Especially the Anthem Digital Network.
Absolutely.
Which is who produces this podcast.
I was going to get to that's the flag that you do at the end.
Oh, well, whatever.
You're not good at this whole podcasting thing.
I'm like Dr. Drew.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm Adam. I mean, I'm the business. I'm going to change my nickname. My nickname now is going to be the business.
The business?
I'm the empire builder.
I'm the creative and the business. You're like the...
Absolutely not.
You're like the... what do you call the person who rounds up the horses? Rodeo clown.
Oh, I'm the rodeo clown.
That's what you are.
Is that what I'm? Okay, yeah.
You keep me from running too far.
Yeah, so where can we find you online?
otheanthem.com, Cory at otheanthem.com, at otheanthem, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Vimeo, Google+.
And you can find me online at Robert N. Cheek on any of your social networks, including Lulu and Tinder and OkCupid and all of those places.
But not on Facebook.
Not on Facebook. On Facebook, you're going to find me at Rob Cheek Esquire, which I got to get changed. I think I'm going to go back. I got to figure out how to go back. But one thing I do want to just touch on quickly, I know we're running out of time. I debuted a new website this week. Very excited.
I love it.
If you want to see all of your awesome random stuff from all over the web, just random stuff, and I mentioned briefly we're going to do an episode in a couple weeks about being addicted to technology.
Yeah.
I realized as we were having that conversation, I only did it because now it justifies my addiction to technology.
Yeah.
Now I can be on my phone all the time because I'm like, oh no, this is for the website. This is what I'm doing. But no, it's just an amalgamation of all the most random, interesting stuff.
I feel like it's the same thing with I got to go talk to Rob because it's about the podcast.
Right. Yeah.
We could easily just
bullshit
email each other whenever we felt like it and work it out. But for whatever reason, I feel like I need to have a half-hour pre-show conversation about what we're going to be talking about.
Which is 10 minutes of pre-show and 20 minutes of bullshitting around.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But
anyway, so you can find that at A Dead Drop. ADEADDROP.com. ADeadDrop.com.
That will be in the show notes. So.
Excellent. So go check that out. You can also find us at A Dead Drop on Facebook, Twitter, Tinder, or not Tinder, Tumblr.
Tinder.
All of your social networks you can find it on. And on any of those, I prefer Twitter. It will send you an update anytime something new goes in the drop. So whenever something comes up, you'll see a new update. You'll be able to click right on it and go to the website, or you can go directly there. So very excited about that.
It's the best way to go because then you're, Facebook, you get bombarded with things and that makes it annoying. But Twitter.
Well, and the idea of the whole thing was that people were complaining about how much I would take over their timelines because I'd find all this cool stuff I wanted to share with them and it would just take up their timeline. So this way, it's a place you can go if you want to find it. If you don't want to find it, then stay away. But anyway, so As always, thank you for listening. You have been listening to the Oh the Anthem podcast, part of the Oh the Anthem